Speaking of controversy, Team USA, they're in the quarterfinal of the Nations League A Championship. This is such a mouthful. The CONCACAF Nation League A Championship quarterfinal. They're playing familiar foe Trinidad and Tobago. We had 2 legs. We ended up winning 4-2 on aggregate, and that was not without, like I said, controversy. Game 1, a 3-0 win against TNT. Goals coming from Pepe in the 82nd, Robinson in the 86th, and Gio Reyna in the 89th. This all happened after a red card was given to Noah Powder, great name for Trinidad and Tobago, in the 38th minute, and Team USA struggled to break through until late into the game. But, not to be outdone, they traveled to Trinidad and Tobago to have the second leg, a 2-1 win for TNT there. Robinson opened the scoring in the 25th minute to give them a 1-0 lead, but then Sergino Dest, I'm sure we'll get into this, went fucking insane in the 39th minute. Trinidad and Tobago scored really quickly after that in the 43rd, and then again in the 57th minute. I'll give my quick 2 cents here real quick. Great talking. Neither one of these games were real games because of the down a man. Like, I hate when you get 2 games in a window and they just get turned on their head really quickly in both instances. But this was not a fun Team USA to watch both times, either or. And I will plant this seed right now because I want to come back to it later. I'm not saying he shouldn't be the starter, but the people that were anti-Stephen better have the same energy for Matt Turner right now, losing his starting job at Forest, and literally going back and watching those goals. First one, I'll give him a little bit of a slide. The second goal is totally his fault. Just should have saved it. So, my 2 cents. Dylan, you wanted to start us off?
Yeah, I'm on to...
You can go, Michael.
Okay, because I don't really have much to say. I'm Team Horvath now, for sure, 100%. Only concerning thing, 82nd minute, 84th, and then whatever, the end of the first game, and then 25th minute for Robinson. We scored 4 goals in 33 minutes, and the rest of the time we didn't fucking do anything. Kind of just, in 180 minutes, that's all we looked kind of threatening, whatever. I'm not a kick him to the curb person at all. I think there's obviously a path for redemption for anybody in any kind of situation for the most part. Sergino Dest needs to probably not play for a minute because it was pretty unbelievable.
Yeah,
what he did.
Let me put a visual to it before we pass it over to Dylan. Apparently, he's up the pitch. I watched it, but he's up the pitch. He got fouled. They didn't call it. He was pretty upset about that. I think a minute or so later, he tries to save the ball from going out on the far sideline. He thinks it doesn't go out. The referee, who did not call a foul earlier, calls it out. And my God, he punted a ball that would make Pat McAfee happy. Out of the stadium.
Takeo spiked that shit into the stand.
He definitely kicked it, and then he said, "For the brand," right there. But kept arguing with the referee. Blew him kisses. Got a quick double yellow. And I will say
that was crazy.
Yeah, quickest double yellow I've ever seen. But I will say this: I've been kind of thinking like maybe it's time to not have Tim Ream start. Just because you got to figure out who your center back pairing is going to be for some of these big games coming up. But I was really glad he was there for this because he got absolutely right in his face. And I think the post-game interview that he gave was very on point and made sense. But, just to give our listeners who did not watch the game some insight to what happened. Dylan?
Okay, here are all of my thoughts. Positives. We're in Copa America officially. Can't say that for, at this point they don't play yet, but let's see if we can guess the future. Might not be able to say that for our neighbors to the south at the moment. So it was ugly. Trinidad Tobago is our bogey team. It's a shame we can't win there. It's absurd. But I will appease you. I think that is the worst I've seen Matt Turner play in recent memory. I agree that I think he should have done better on both goals. I think the first goal was a team thing where I think part of the issue with Sergio was the selfishness to just lose your head there when you're already up 4-0, and then on top of that, you, I think, put the team more pissed off at him from where Ream went at him and Matt Turner went at him and kind of try to like actually be leaders and whip them into shape. But I think there was a lost focus, which led to that first goal, which is an issue in its own right there as well. I also agree with Michael. Luckily, he is suspended for the next round of this, so he can't play for a minute, which is a good thing in that sense, but a bad thing because when he's not being an asshole, he's phenomenal on the field for us.
So good.
Like, he had an assist in that game and a red card, and the last time someone in the U.S. did that was also him this year against Mexico. So, like, we need to figure out the whole just stop being a baby and sort and, like, lose your head stuff. And I think that's part of the problem we've seen at some of the club team level as well for him, which is a shame. The other part is you made Triple G one of your dudes of the week. I was very happy going to that game for trying something new. I completely agree. However, 2 or 3 things here for why he still sucks. 1, we've had 10 away games in CONCACAF under Berhalter. Do you want to guess what his record is? Strictly away.
Tell us.
1, 4, and 5. We've lost 5, drawn 4. He's won once. Do you know when that last win came?
Do not know.
2021. So you're telling me that we're going to compete with these players, with this coach, and beat teams that we're saying we should be able to beat, yet we, away, can't do anything. Like, if you lose to Mexico and Canada every once in a while, like, I get it, right? You have your draws in there because it's CONCACAF. But the fact that we can't take care of business at Trinidad and Tobago or, I don't know, Barbados, Costa Rica, wherever you want to say we're playing, is absurd.
Spin zone.
That's
Spin
number.
zone.
Okay, spin zone.
Copa America and World Cup at home.
Touche, but like that's really bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was kidding.
And Dylan, I agree with you that the defense is so critical, especially in away games, to be more gritty, more solid, and more tough and consistent. You know, where away games, obviously attacking comes a little bit tougher. That was my point, is that I think the defense, especially in the World Cup, the last year has been absolutely pitiful. You know, one, clearly Sergino Dest is spending too much time in Italy. You saw the hands he was giving them, you know. But I'm going to make a statement here. I think that there are 5, maybe 6 players you keep and you build around, and then you get rid of everybody else and you start new. I think you keep Reyna. I think you think keep Pulisic. I'd say Musa, McKinney, Balogun, and maybe Aronson. I think those are the 5. I said maybe Aronson or maybe you throw Pepe in there, but those are the 5 guys for sure that I said first that you build the team around, get a whole new back 4, and you got to figure out the wings a little bit better. But I think that
we don't have there's no financial fair play in
this is the thing. We have the depth, but Nick, we have the depth, Nick. Like, the problem is where I'm going with the coach, and he's
horrible. He's wearing grout fits on the side.
But like, I agree with when you brought up the Tim Ream thing. I think Tim Ream's great. I think he's great for leadership, all that type of stuff. But in 2026, is he truly going to be our center back when it comes to age? Probably not. Which is where you need to like see like Vickers and Robinson and all of them playing together.
Robinson's not a defender. He's not a defender.
We have 2 on the team. I was talking to MLS Robinson, who plays center back.
Good talk. Sorry.
Anyway, so, and also Scally should get some run too, because I actually like Scally and we can see what he can do. But Sergino Dest is a difference maker, which is why he just needs to cool his head and figure out. But my other point with Berhalter sucking is we're up 4-0 in a second leg. We lose our right back, and he still keeps the double striker 9s up there. And I get that, Reyna, they said he was supposed to come out, which is fine. But how do you not make the tactical decision to realize, let's get stronger in the back and just see this game out, it is what it is, type of thing, instead of, nope, let's keep testing things out. So in that case, he is not a dude of the week. He is a dickhead of the week. He sucks. And ultimately, it's going to come down to, the problem is, you can't reset. I want us to win, and I want us to do well in Copa America, so I'm sure he'll be here forever. But, if I don't know, whatever. We have too much talent to screw this up for 2026, and he sucks.
Yeah.
Michael, I'm done.
Just the thing, we can't, sell these guys to another country. They're on the team. And, Robinson, regardless of what you think left back or right back or defender should be, he's our best left back. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. Sergino Dest is one of our best players. Obviously, I know we can sit here and we can go assist and red card in 2 games. He has a problem. But, the Mexico thing, yeah, it was don't do that, but you kind of got it. You're kind of okay, that's within reason. This one was, completely just fucking out of nowhere, which is fine. You got to deal with that, and he has to not do that shit again. But he definitely shouldn't be playing. I'm not even saying just the next game because he's suspended for a minute. He needs to, kind of earn his spot back. But this isn't somebody doesn't work and we get rid of him. We have to try to make these guys
figure it out,
work all the way around. And Tim Ream's not gonna not be playing a role. I don't want him to be the center back in 2026, but he's definitely gonna be there. I have to imagine,
which is good for the locker room.
Yeah, I totally agree. I actually would like Tim Ream to be an assistant coach at some point. Look,
you love that shit.
I want to also be aware, though, that no one, Barcelona, Milan, Ajax, no one has been able to get through to this guy. Huh?
PSV.
Yes.
He was at Ajax before.
He was. John's right.
Oh, I thought you were going in order.
No. He's at Ajax before. He's at PSV now, so they're still trying to figure it out now. But no one's been able to get through this guy, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this. There is not a team in South America that won't look at that tape and try to get under his skin.
It'll get so CONCACAF-y with them.
You're talking about the land of Diego Simeone because we're playing one of these big teams. We're probably either going to play Brazil or Argentina at the very least. And that's the first thing I'm doing. The first thing I'm doing is getting in his head the moment I step on that field, if I can. And brings me to my next point. You got to work with what you got. You got to work with, and he is the best right back we have. I do want to see Joe Scally play. He's the best right back we have. But where this team is at right now, we can't beat a team in South America. Venezuela is doing very well, and they're usually one of the worst teams. We cannot beat Peru. We can't beat Venezuela. And I don't think Greg – the problem that I see in the future for us is I think we totally choke in Copa. We don't do well at all. Then Greg's fired, and then we start back over. And it just is fucked. It just is then we're fucked for 2026.
Jose.
I don't
Pep,
know.
Pep. Send City down and give us Pep.
Yeah. Then you guys all have to thank me. It's John, sacrifice yourself for the good of the country.
Oh my God.
But John, you're not wrong. But John, you're not wrong though. That's the part of where we can't root for a tank, and ultimately we want them to do well. But I don't disagree. Where we sit right now, and I hope they surprise us. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's completely fucked if we screw up in Copa and they fire Greg. You still have 2 years. That's a lot of time to figure out, because ultimately, you're not learning a full system on the national team level at that point. It's more you need a coach who actually can make the right moves and make the right subs and put the right players in the position to succeed. That's more what you need. And I don't think we have that right now.
It's going to be the only time in the history that one man has been promoted, demoted, and promoted again, because we're going to roll into 2026 with BJ Callahan. And that's the only option.
Let's go.
Yeah, tough times. And to my prior point, I like Matt Turner. Those goals were his fault. His biggest problem is that is our deepest position. Without a doubt. There's 3 guys behind him that are good, and I'm not even talking about my poor guy Zach Steffen, who can't even get out, and Nick is Greg out, Triple G out. I'm sure we all kind of are deep down, but we're trying to just figure it out for the best of the country.